The AI workload now is completely different from the previous workloads that we used to have. That's why today most of the enterprise who are looking into the AI journey, they are looking into completely different infrastructures. The infrastructure has to be somehow accelerated to handle the load of the AI. Dell Technology is working with most of the partners in the region today and our customers to make sure that they have a future-proof infrastructure that can support the next kind of workload, which is AI workload. And as you know, like AI workload is mainly depending on the data, depending with a lot of intense computing power that need to be there. That's why Dell Technology is trying to embed all of this in all our product to make sure that we are providing to the customer the right future-proof infrastructure for their journey. Let's start from the compute part. In the compute, we made sure, like all our compute part has an embedded AI modules within our compute to make sure that it's doing a sort of performance analysis for the current workload on the compute in order to adjust the performance based on the requirement of the application and the business outcome. This is on the compute side. On the storage side, we used to have a lot of issues before around the data placement, where we have to place the data on the storage based on storage performance requirement. But with the AI embedded in the storage, with a very deep analytic systems in the storage, able to find out the analysis and understanding how to place the data across the storage systems. This is on the storage side. More actually than this, in the edge devices, which is very important today, because most of the data coming for your AI is coming through the edge systems. And that's why we implemented a lot of AI solution on the edge, not only on the processing power, but also on the security part and protection of the edge system as well. Last but not least, we just introduced a very actually interesting project, which is the AI Ops. AI Ops is an operation software that we run it actually for our systems and for the environment, where it can work on all and detect all the bottlenecks in the environment and make sure that the performance is not degraded anywhere, and helping the administration, helping the system admin to make sure that they have full understanding about the environment based on AI analytic models there. So if you ask me today, for any enterprise who would like to embark the journey for AI, I think the main issue for them is how to start. How to start is a challenge for most of the organization. Maybe some of them actually understand that the AI is very important for their business, but they don't know how to start. Or how to start from the data side and how to start actually from identifying and deciding on which use case to be able to provide for this business. What Dell is trying to do now, Dell is trying to streamline this kind of engagement by having our AI factory. I mentioned many times for many of our customers that the AI factory is not a product. It is not anything that we just sell it for them. It is just a complete framework that we just want the customer to make sure that they need to follow in order to reach to the AI journey. All the way from making sure that their data is ready, making sure that they have the right infrastructure, make sure that they have the right brain, which is the software around running these AI modules, have the right services around it, all the way to reach to the outcome, which is the business case that need to be defined early enough to understand that this business case will really benefit their business. Again, this is a lot of steps here. I'm not saying like it has to be done by Dell with them, but at least it has to be done. So it has to be done either by the customers themselves, by the enterprise themselves, or by us supporting them to go to this one. What Dell is trying to do, we're trying to simplify this journey by providing end-to-end engagement on the AI and making sure that we're providing all the needed infrastructure that can power all this environment. So as I mentioned before, like the edge is very critical for the AI today. Edge is considered like this is the main source of your data. So some actually situation where you would like to run some analytics, you need to write some AI model in your edge to make a decision on the edge side. What Dell is doing, and Dell, there is a lot of techniques to make sure that your Dell is able and capable of running your AI model. One of them actually is related how to run some model in an efficient way. And this is where we are optimizing the model on the edge devices by making sure that we are doing some sort of compression of the model or quantification of the model as well by reducing the number of parameters. One of other things is doing some sort of federation. Federation meaning like you have multiple edge devices, and instead of using the processing of each one of them, you federated the processing from all of them and making sure that you are shunking the data across all the edges to get the result at the end. The other thing which is also very important, especially on the edge side, that edge you can find it anywhere, and sometimes you need to do some decision at the edge side. At the edge side, these decisions has to be done in a way of inferencing your AI modules. So you don't need to run the whole module, just need to do the inferencing on the edge. Last but not least, let's speak about the hardware. In Dell technology, we're trying to optimize the edge as much as we can. Now you can see most of our laptops, our edge devices, they are running actually a very unique processor. It's called Snapdragon. This is from Qualcomm. This can run an AI workload on the machine, on the end user machine, on the edge devices. And this is one of the optimizations that we're trying to do. So we have the infrastructure all the way from the edge, all the way to our infrastructure at the back end. In Dell Technology stand today and actually in GITEX during this week, we are trying to make more sort of awareness for our customer around the AI factory. As I mentioned, it's not a product, it's a multiple of components, all the way from consultancy, with infrastructure, with software, even with some use cases and outcome of all of this. So we actually today and during this week, in GITEX, we are showcasing all of these scenarios. Also, we have some very excited actually use cases for the financial sector, for the digital marketing, for the healthcare, using the AI. Also, we have some sort of a partition, actually, a big stand that we are making for our end user computing and edge devices, just to feature what I'm just talking about now, which is the Snapdragon processor, how to can run your AI model in your laptop in order to achieve the result you are looking for. This is really interesting. I'm willing for actually to have most of you on this stand with us.